Wouldn't want to frighten anyone to death. There are so many better ways to die. Yvette, cook, is everything ready?
Sure.
You have your instructions.
You want the dogs fed before the guests alive?
No, I want them hungry. Cook, dinner will be served at 7:30.
Sure.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I've been awfully rude. You, you see, it is the butler's job to make everybody comfortable. And from the looks on your faces, I venture to guess you haven't gotten a clue. But don't worry, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Well, not him. At any rate, not to fear. If my calculations are correct, the guests are on the way. Don't be alarmed. Just the maid. In the hall. With the champagne cork. Time to meet our guests. Right on time. Do come in, sir.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I'm in the right...
Pardon. Yes, sir, you are expected. It is Colonel Mustard.
No, that's not my name. My name is Colonel Mustard.
Pardon me. You may as well feel obliged for the use of a pseudonym tonight.
No, it's fine. I already took an antihistamine before I came.
Yvette, attend to the Colonel and give him anything he requires. Do come in, madam.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you're to be known as Mrs. White.
Ironic, isn't it? The letter I received said I should refer to myself by that name, but why?
Mrs. White, may I introduce you? This is the maid, Yvette. I see you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never met this woman before in my life. Hello.
Hello.
Behold, said the Lord, I am bringing the flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh. What's your madam?
Mrs. Peacock, I presume.
Burke? Cook?
Look, you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Who are you?
You must be Mr. Green.
Yes.
Sit! No, not you, sir.
Excuse me, I'm rather clumsy at parties, I'm afraid.
Not to be worried.
Oh dear, there, cat, I'm afraid I'm highly alert.
Give him a pseudonym. It clears it right up. Ah.
Cook. Coat.
Kind ring.
Greetings, all. It's a pleasure for you to see me.
Professor Plum, Miss Scarlet. I didn't realize you were acquainted.
We weren't. My car broke down in this. Professor, give me a ride.
Oh, cocktail hour. I only drink on two occasions. Day and night.
Good Lord, this really is a party. What offer's taking place anyway?
Oh, this old place? This is Body Manor. Cook. Dinner?
Directory.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, now they're all met, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Wadsworth, the butler. You may have realized that tonight, nobody is being addressed by their real names. I suggest you refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. Ah, Dinner.
I haven't even finished my champagne.
That was like a couple of minutes.
We really ought to keep her waiting. Cook will get cranky. Follow me, please. The dining room is right this way. Colonel Mustard, Mrs. White, Mr. Green, Miss Scarlet, Mrs. Peacock, and Professor Plum. You'll find your names by your places. Please be seated.
Is
That's
there-
my seat. Oh my god. Oh, wait.
Is there
I think that's my seat. Oh, this is my seat.
Oh, okay.
Anyone?
Dinner is served.
So what's all this about Butler, this dinner party?
All in good time, madam. Excuse me, if you will.
Thank you, Lord, for this meal that we're about to receive, and for the gracious host, whomever he is, that has invited us here tonight.
Maybe the host isn't here because the host is dead.
I'm feeling awfully anxious.
Well, I guess I'll break the ice. I mean, I'm used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's job. Plus, I host a ladies' group for the church on Sunday. It's difficult when a group of new friends meet for the first time, so I'll start a ballroom. I mean, I have no idea why we're doing here, but I'm very intrigued. Oh my, isn't this soup delicious, isn't it?
I think hosting parties is deathly boring.
Well, it's an integral part of my life as the wife of a... Oh, right, we're not supposed to say who we really are.
I know who you are.
How do you know?
Oh, so you are a politician's wife?
Yes, I am.
So, who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Mrs. White, what does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
Sounds like hard work to me.
He lies around on his back because he's no longer alive.
Well, what do you do in Washington, D.C., Mr. Green?
I'd rather not say. I like to follow the rules.
Oh, come on. How are we supposed to get acquainted if we don't see anything about ourselves? No judgment here. We're all God's children.
I don't believe in God.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, that would be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
In my professional opinion, it sounds like you have a fear of silence-itis.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
I know a little bit about psychological medicine. Yes.
Do you study?
Not anymore. I currently work for the government.
Another politician.
Not exactly. I work for Office of Social and Behavior Studies. In other words, I study crazy.
Sounds
Now I'm
fas-
good at it.
Sounds fascinating.
Thank you. You all are a real corner, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Aren't you gonna mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington?
How did you know that?
Oh, I have seen you before.
So, Miss Scarlett, does this mean you live in Washington as well?
I do everything in Washington, Mr. Green.
Does anyone here not live in Washington, D.C.?
Wadsworth. We've had enough about this. Where's our host and why have we been brought here?
Pardon me. Welcome back home, sir.
Thank you, Wadsworth. It's good to be home. Are the guests all here?
In the dining room, sir.
Good. I'll meet you in the study then, as planned.
May I take your bags?
No. I'll keep them with me.
They contain more evidence, I assume?
Never assume, Wadsworth. It's much better to be surprised.
For God's sake, I demand to know what's going on.
All right then. I believe you've all received a letter. Yes.
Yes.
I
Amazing.
Do you have them with you? And am I correct that each of you are here this evening because the letters offered because a certain somebody, Mr. Body, has offered to bring an end to a long-standing, painful, and financial liability?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
mine
right.
said
That's
that
a
too.
lot of points.
Mine said that.
May I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No!
No.
In that case, might I suggest we adjourn to study for some coffee and brandy, at which point I believe the letters will be explained and the game will be afoot.
Game?
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 Game? What game? I'm not sure what kind of game we were playing this haunted house, but
I'm a gamer.
Games.
What game?
Thank you, Yvette. That'll be all. Right then, are you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, I'll eat it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, my instructions are clear. It seems the six of you have one thing in common. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable amount of time, all of you have been paying for what you can afford, and in some cases, more than you can afford, to somebody who threatens to expose you.
Please, I've never heard anything so ridiculous. I mean, nobody can blackmail me. I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anyone else wish to deny it? Until tonight, none of you knew who was blackmailing you. I hope I'm correct that the more deductive among you have reasoned in the last several moments that it was, of course, Mr. Body himself, and that the less discerning members of our cadre are experiencing that particular revelation right about.
It was Mr. Body.
Now,
Oh, this is really good for my blood pressure. What am I gonna do now?
enough! My task this evening is expose your secrets to another, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
Don't you think that you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm sorry, madam, but I have my orders. We'll start with you, Professor Plum.
Lucky you.
Looks got nothing to do with it.
You were once a professor of psychiatry, helping lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yeah, but now I work for U.S. government.
So, your work has not changed. But you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What did he do?
You know how male doctors aren't supposed to date their lady patients?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
How unethical.
Are you making moral judgments, Ms. Peacock? How then do you justify taking bribes in order for returning Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared, perhaps. But isn't it a sin if a certain sneaky senator's wife is slipping payments to lobbyists under the men's bathroom at the old Epic Grill? How would you describe that transaction?
I say it stinks.
When are you in the men's bathroom?
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
But you've been paying the blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
Me too.
And me.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed?
I run a top-secret agency for classified affairs.
Which branch?
Legislative. There are 535 members of Congress having classified affairs.
How pathetic. A man who needs to pay women to spend time with him? That's a problem I never have.
Is that how you knew Colonel Mustard works in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Oh, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Aha! So it is true.
A double negative.
A double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, the double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the others?
You don't need any help from me, sir.
That's right.
Colonel, you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. These negatives will most certainly compromise your position.
This is an outrage.
And next, Mrs. White, who's been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmailer?
I don't want a scandal. We had a very humiliating public confrontation. He was deranged. He was a lunatic. He had threatened to kill me in public.
Why would you want to kill you in public?
I think she meant that he had threatened in public to kill her.
And was that his final words on the matter?
Being killed is pretty final, wouldn't you say?
And yet, he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White, not you.
What did the poor chap do for a living?
He was a scientist, nuclear physics.
What was he like?
He was a stupidly optimistic man. I'm afraid it came as a great shock to him when he died. He was found dead at home. His head was chopped off, and he was unclothed. But it wasn't me. I've been out all evening at the movies.
What was showing?
The Naked Alibi.
I like the story.
Do you miss him?
It's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
And yet, he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
And he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist. But my third husband, I miss him the most. He was an electrician. Well, before he got electrocuted.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is in fact a vegetarian.
Not me.
I beg your pardon?
Well, you asked, who's a vegetarian? I said, not me.
And I'm saying you're an idiot.
Wadsworth here is right. I am a vegetarian. I feel no personal shame or guilt about this, but I must keep it a secret or I will lose my job on security grounds. Although that's ridiculous, because vegetarianism is not a genetic predisposition, but a choice. Thank you. Achoo!
Gesundheit.
Well, all right then, Wadsworth. You have spilled the beans. Now what?
Well, I don't care. I'm not waiting to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, madam, you can stay in denial, but you cannot leave this house.
I'm Director Grace Center from Tennessee. You cannot tell me what to do. Locked?
Locked?
Indeed, all the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
What? This is
How
outrageous.
dare you?
What?
This is an outrage, Wadsworth.
This is illegal.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Mr. Body. Your host for this evening and your blackmailer for life.
How do you do?
How can you do that to us? Whoa. You chill.
Ooh, Mrs. White. In the study with her knee.
Damn.
Excuse me, everyone, but there is one slight piece of information you all like to have.
What?
The police are coming.
What? What?
When are the police coming? Why are they coming?
Unless
Unless what?
you agree to double down.
Double what?
You each pay me twice of what you've been paying, and I'll tell the police it was a phony call and send them on their way. You refuse, and I'll put this briefcase, need to expose all your wrongdoings, into the hands of the police and the press. Some of you will face a lifetime in jail, the others a lifetime of shame.
You crook. That's
You
why you
crook.
brought
That's
us
why you
here.
brought-
You can't
Unless,
Unless
what?
well, there is one thing you could do, one tiny favor that would change the game. Something I can't bear to do myself.
What?
1 second, please.
What's this about, sir?
In this bag, there are 6 gifts I've brought you from Washington. things I think you might find useful this evening. In your hands, you each have a lethal weapon. You're all here today because you believe that the evidence against you was so bad that you would do almost anything to keep it a secret. I'm here to put that theory to the test. Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows your secrets, and it's costing you and me dearly for his silence. You see, I wouldn't have to double your payments if I didn't have to pay for Wadsworth's silence.
Mr. Wadsworth?
That's a lie. He may look suave and charming, but really, he's
Thank you.
conniving and manipulative.
False.
Why do you think he's called the police?
He called police.
You call the police?
Well, only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I, or did Mr. Wadsworth here call the police to carry out his great threats? Pay him more, or reveals us and all of our questioning behavior to the police.
You would never.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can manage to somehow get rid of Mr. Wadsworth, who not only knows your secrets, but mine, I might find in my heart to eliminate your blackmail and be rid of this business once and for all.
You would never.
Why us, buddy? Why don't you do your dirty work yourself?
Why should I when the six of you are so uniquely motivated?
You would never. Don't listen to him. He's a liar. He's deranged. He's a lunatic. I'm being blackmailed. I'm one of you.
Oh yeah? What do you do?
That's neither here nor there. The point is, I'm not a butler. I'm an indentured servant.
Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, the police are on their way. Now's your chance. Kill Wadsworth and end your blackmail forever.
What's gonna...
It's Mr. Body.
What?
What? Oh my...
Stand back. Oh, he's dead.
Who had the gun?
I did?
So you shot him.
No, I didn't.
Well, you had the gun. If you didn't, who did?
Somebody could rip from my hands, and the next thing, I know the gun went off.
There's no gunshot wound.
He's right, there's not.
Look, there's a bottle lodge here.
So how did he die?
I don't know. Being very handsome doesn't make me a forensic expert.
One of us must have done it.
Well, I didn't do it.
I need a drink.
Maybe he was poisoned by the brandy.
Calm down! I had to stop for screaming.
Was the brandy poisoned?
Looks like we never know.
Well, she died too.
What the?
Oh no, wait.
Wait for me!
The cook's not here. I knew it! Can somebody please help me?
I think you better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me? Why me?
Who else would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at times like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I were the killer, I'd kill you next. I say if. There's only one admitted killer here, and that's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
Oh, if it wasn't you, who had the dagger?
It was Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, but I put it down
Where?
in the study.
When?
I don't know, before she slapped me after I was assaulted. But who knows? Any of us could have picked it up. It must have been Mr. Green.
Huh?
Where's Mr. Green?
Oh, where's Mr. Green?
Can somebody please help me?
Here, get him up. Gentlemen, might I suggest we take the cook's body to the study?
Why?
Well, for starters, when the police come and they find the body, we all be under custody and suspicion for murder.
Murder.
And secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
The body's gone. There's nobody.
Leave it.
Please, the cook hit her head.
Wonder who broke this.
Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe Mr. Body wasn't dead.
He was.
Well, where is he?
He couldn't have been dead.
He was, at least. I thought he was.
Maybe there's life after death.
Life after death is as improbable as fun after marriage.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to go to Is there a little girl's room?
Oui, oui, madame.
No. I just need to powder my nose.
There's a toilet in the billiard room.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's nobody else in this house?
No.
So then there is someone else in this house?
Sorry, I meant no, meaning yes.
No, meaning yes. Look, I want a clear answer. Yes or no?
No.
No, there is, or no, there isn't.
Yes.
There seems to be a confusion whether or not we're the only ones in this house.
There isn't.
There isn't any confusion, or there isn't anyone else?
Either, or both.
Just give me a clear answer.
Certainly. What was the question?
Is there anyone else in this house?
No!
That's what he says. Does he know? We're in a room with one missing dead body and one murder, with all these weapons: the dagger, the wrench, the revolver, the candlestick. And hey, where's the lead pipe?
Mr. Body.
You can't be attacking her. He's dead.
That is horrible.
Where did this happen, Miss Peacock?
In the bathroom. I opened the door and there he was. I thought he was attacking me. He lunged.
Dead people don't lunge.
Well, he's certainly dead now. Who only comes first?
That's why we call it overkill.
And why?
What's the difference?
Makes a difference to him?
Makes a difference to us. We have to find out who killed him, where, and with what.
I think it was probably the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of games are we playing, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
You! The lead pipe belongs to you!
Yes, but I dropped it while we were running to the kitchen.
So anyone could have picked it up.
Hey, chill, there's no need to shout.
I'm not shouting. All right, I'm shouting.
Hey, while you clowns lose their marbles, I'm here trying to do something useful.
Have you guys forgotten the evidence against us?
The evidence!
Body's briefcase is locked.
There must be a key.
The key. Mr. Green, would you be so kind to check Mr. Body's pockets for the key that holds the key to our past transgressions, so that we may move on with our lives and forget everything has happened?
He's so bloody. Ugh.
I will do it. It's not here.
I see. Hand me the wrench. It's empty.
Empty?
Then where's all the evidence?
I can assure you that Mr. Body possessed devastating, incriminating, and horrible evidence against each of us. But where that evidence is right now and what it contains, I cannot say. All I know is that it is in a large beastly envelope marked confidential.
Well then, where is it? What does he have on us? I can't stand uncertainty.
Well, then might I suggest that we put the weapons back in Body's bag and throw it out the front door.
But we must also find that evidence and destroy it.
That way we can move forward with our miserable lives.
Evidence aside, first things first. We're in a room with one dead body and a killer with all these murderous weapons.
Not to mention two homicidal maniac about. Let's put the weapons back in Body's bag and throw it out the front door.
Good idea.
How can we help you?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb the house, but my car broke down out here, and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Just a moment. Do come in, sir.
Thank you.
There's a phone in the library, in the lounge, right this way.
Thank you.
When you're done, when you finish the call, would you be so kind to stay in there?
Certainly.
Now listen. The police are on the way. I estimate about another 27 minutes or so. That gives us plenty of time.
To do what? Get killed?
It is true that we must identify the murderer, but our immediate concern is recovering the evidence.
Well,
That's essential.
And consequential.
Let's meet back here in 10 minutes.
I'm a little nervous. I'm in this big house, and I've been locked in the lounge. And the funny thing is, there's a whole group of people here having some sort of party. and one of them is my old boss from.
Where are we?
How should I know? The lights are off.
Well, maybe this will help.
The lounge. Oh, of course, the lounge. We forgot to look in the lounge.
Quite an oversight considering the dead motorist on the chair. Ah!
Help! Help!
Murder!
Murder!
Let us
Let us
in.
in! Let us in!
Let us out! Let us out!
We can't let you out. The door is locked.
You had the key, Wadsworth. You locked the murders in here.
Oh, right. I do. I did. I don't. The key's gone.
Gone?
Gone?
There's no alternative. Stand back. I'm going in. I'm going to break the door. Oh.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I have an idea. Everyone stand back.
I think they're shooting at us.
You don't say, Sherlock.
You can come out now. I'm done shooting.
Oh.
Yvette, why were you shooting at us?
To open the door.
I could have been shot. We could have been killed. This is not a battlefield.
Well, light it up. You really something else, huh, Frenchie? Wait, where did you get that gun anyway?
The broom closet. It was unlocked.
What?
Great trick getting through a locked door. My husband would have appreciated that.
That can't be true. I have the key. The broom closet was locked.
Oh my gosh.
No, the key's gone.
Gone?
What?
I thought you said you threw away the key to the room closet.
That's true. I did say that. We got distracted by the motorist, and I forgot to do so.
So whoever took the key is the killer.
Precisely.
I'm so smart. Sometimes I impress myself.
Speaking of the killer, there's a dead body in the lounge now.
It's true. There is. Now there are 3 unsolved murders.
Three?
Which one of you guys killed him?
We found him together.
Who built this place?
The Parker brothers.
Well,
Maybe they'll go away.
I'm gonna open the door. It's a decent thing to do.
Don't worry. It's not the police.
It's the police. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. We've been expecting you.
You have?
You haven't?
I was just passing by and found an abandoned car near the gate. Has a motorist come by asking for help by any chance?
No.
Well, actually, yes.
No!
There seems to be a disagreement here.
No.
Yes, yes, yes.
Can I use the phone?
Of course you may, sir. There's a phone in the lounge.
Out of order.
Of course, my mistake. There's a phone in the study.
Occupied.
I have no idea.
If you may, sir, there is a phone in the library.
You're all acting rather peculiar. What's going on in the 2 room?
Lounging and studying. This way.
Let me have a look.
Oh, no, thank you.
What?
This way. Yes, this way.
Actually, I'd like to have a look around if you don't mind.
Of course, officer. I'll take you on a grand tour of Body Manor. This home was built
We
by
have to have a chat.
Lord
Since
Body,
since you cannot
1864.
good about it, we got to make this real life.
Yes,
You know?
good
Good idea.
idea.
That's a good idea.
Where's your note?
Lord Body. I've been declared Lord Body after somebody discovered an antibody that would save everybody. Notice these mahogany floors. Did you know, in 1864, John Esquemeling first recorded the use of mahogany in canoe. Do you canoe, officer?
What? Where'd everybody go?
Who? Oh, notice these brass doorknobs, made specifically for Lord Body by his buddy in 1864, and these...
I don't care about the doorknob, mister. What's going on? What are you hiding in the 2 rooms?
Which 2 rooms?
The lounge and study!
Ah, those 2 rooms.
Yes!
Officer, I really think you shouldn't go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
It's not all that shocking. These folks are just having a good time. It's a free country.
I didn't know it was that free.
Why didn't you tell me that this was a party?
My apologies, sir.
There's not.
Evening, officer. How do you do?
Excuse me? Are these men drunk?
Dead. Drunk.
Want a sip?
Oh no, I can't drink while I'm on duty. The chief would kill me.
Killed if you do, killed if you don't.
What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
Same to you. Well, I don't know what you were so worried about. There's nothing illegal about this. Just make sure you don't let those men go drive home drunk. Call them a car.
A long black car.
Fantastic. May I use the phone now?
Certainly. Call us if you need any help, officer.
Thank you.
Amazing work, everyone.
Good
The
job.
criminal mind is
good
an
job.
incredible
That was
feat.
good
Nice
job.
job, nice job after the iPhone.
What? I don't. Hey.
Now, the police arrive here in 22 minutes.
But the police already came.
Not the broken down car police, the criminal investigation police.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing working? Hello? Hello? Did somebody cut the line? Wait, oh good, you can hear me. The light just went out and, you know, I found a broken car. You know the match up on the hill? It's all acting kind of...
Ah, there we are. Must have been a short in the wire.
Lights are back.
Shh. Do you hear that?
Sounds like a telephone is off the hook.
I think it's coming from the library.
There must be where the murder must be.
I'm going in.
What are you afraid of?
Mr. Cobb, do you need any assistance? A phone book, perhaps?
Hey, the butler asked you a question, Copper. Let go. Let go the phone. Hang up the phone, or I.
Why is he back there?
You're sitting down. Whoa.
Whoa, 3 murders in 3 minutes. That's our best record.
This is getting serious. 6 murders, 6 suspects, and 1 missing damning envelope of evidence. Our evening's guests may be gifted at breaking the law, but they really need to work on breaking the case. Oh, so who is the killer, you may ask? I know you have your suspicions, but I suggest we start from the evening. The start of the evening. Sometimes the most obvious answer is right under our noses. I shall take you through the events of this evening. Now, try to stay with me. At the start of the evening, Yvette was waiting here, waiting to give you all a glass of champagne. Doorbell, it was you, Colonel Mustard. I recognized you. Doorbell, it was Mrs. White, pale and tragic. They both she noticed the Yvette. They both flinch. A crash of lightning, a rumble of thunder. Mrs. Peacock, Mr. Green, Miss Garland, Professor Plum, they all arrived. Then, we adjourned to the dining room. Dinner is served. Shark's fin soup, my favorite. Then, and you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter. And you
Get on with it!
Then we adjourned to the study. Mr. Body gave you gifts, and you opened them. Then, Mr. Body turned off the lights.
It's not the time yet.
Good God, is he dead?
Mr. Body lay on the ground, apparently dead, but he wasn't really dead. He was actually really, really alive. That's when we heard more screaming from the cook.
Mrs. Peacock! When we heard the cook scream, we all raced from the study, but you lagged behind. I'm in a state of shock. It's amazing. I'm anywhere. It was the perfect time to get murdered. May I?
Be my guest.
It was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger. I found your feather in Mrs. Peacock. It was your dagger that was in the cook's back.
Poor woman, I thought you liked her soup.
It was my favorite.
Then we raced to the cook, the kitchen. Mr. Green lay under the cook's body for about approximately 2 minutes and 52 seconds, while no one even noticed. Then I suggested we take the cook's body back into the study. However, Mr. Body's body was gone. Then we heard more screaming from Mrs. Peacock. Ah! And Mr. Body on her body because Mr. Body on her back because Mr. Body had been bludgeoned in the bean with a lead pipe.
It was Mr. Green in the billiard room with the lead pipe.
Preposterous.
I found your disgusting hanky just outside the bathroom door of the billiard room, right where Mrs. Peacock was attacked by Mr. Body the second time he died. And it was your lead pipe found in his skull. Couldn't stand the thought of Mr. Body getting away, huh? So you bashed his brains out.
Don't be ridiculous. I can't stand the sight of blood. It couldn't have been me.
That's when we decided to throw away the bags to the hall.
But the briefcase was empty.
Correct. The evidence that Body had been holding against us was gone.
That's when they locked the murderous weapon and went to the front door. To the hall!
Then we opened the door and found the motorist.
Who was found dead in the lounge.
But who killed him? The door was locked.
It was corn and mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never. Whoa, I never lounge.
You stole the key to the broom closet and grabbed the wrench and did the deed.
Did not. I didn't even know the man.
Mike, from your driver forever, Mike the murderess.
Give me that.
Never underestimate what you can do with wrench, mustard.
How do you think I fixed the sink?
Then the doorbell rang. Doorbell. Then the cop arrived.
Killed in the library.
It was Miss Scarlet in the library with a candlestick. I didn't do it. Well, yeah, you were in the library. What are you doing, huh? Plotting a murder? How can I even plot a murder if it didn't know it was even coming? I rest my case. I didn't do it, but I know who killed the singing telegram girl.
You do?
It was Professor Plum in the hall with a revolver.
How could I? Yvette had the gun when she shut the lounge door.
When the cop arrived, she passed it to me when we went to the front door, hiding in the stupid French out of hers. I found it when we were searching the house.
Proves nothing.
Then you shot the singing telegram girl before she could finish her cramp bowls. Wonder what kind of douche she had on you. Bet she was an old patient of yours or something, right?
It wasn't me. Never saw that girl in my whole life. This wasn't me.
It was Mrs. White with the rope in the billiard room.
I'd rather die.
I saw how you cringed when you met Yvette tonight. You said that your third husband was an electrician. Stands to reason you know your way out of an electrical panel. So it was you who closed off the lights and killed Yvette with the rope.
I did not. I mean, I'll admit that I recognized Yvette. She had a torrid love affair with my late husband. I hated her. I hated her so much. But I didn't kill her.
So in summation,
Thank God.
it was Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver, Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick, Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger, Mr. Green in the lounge with the lead pipe. Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope. And Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
Wait, there's one thing I don't understand.
Whoa,
Freeze.
what the heck?
Now too.
Freeze. Nobody move.
How did you?
Wadsworth.
You can call me Wadsworth if you want.
That's your name, isn't it?
You all thought it was Wadsworth who died, Mr. Body who died tonight, but that's not Wadsworth.
Well, if Body wasn't Body, who is he?
He was Wadsworth, my butler.
Your
Oh.
I want to thank you all for killing off my network of spies and informers, which you all did splendidly, by the way. Oh, and now I'll have you on the hook for murder.
Murder?
Why should the police come?
Of course.
What?
you never
The
called
police.
them in the
I never
first
called the
place.
police. Nope, nobody's called them. They were never on their way.
Oh.
So here's what we're gonna do, kids. We're gonna stack the bodies in the cellar, and then we're gonna leave quietly and forget anything has ever happened.
How can I forget this?
Oh, and I almost forgot the best part. Now with murder on the menu, the blackmail just tripled. Now move.
Wait a minute. We cannot rush him. He's gonna bullet lift in the gun.
You don't think I'm gonna fall out for the old trick? Shut up. Point is, there's one bullet left in the gun, and whoever moves next is gonna get it. Of course. Why not? Oh! Mr. Green, FBI, did you see this coming? Did you? Neither did I.
You're really FBI?
You have the evidence?
Expert at the art of pickpocketing. That's why this letter marked confidential ended up with me tonight and not with any of you.
You have the evidence?
It's all in here. We had our suspicions of what we might find tonight, but I never imagined it would be this rich. Oh, inside here is Miss Scarlett's accounting book for her classified affairs service. Looks like gives her plenty of motivation as to why she killed the cop who was listed right here on her payroll.
Give me that.
And in here is also a love letter addressed to Professor Plum.
That's our private property.
Seems like the singing telegram girl was the daughter of the head of Department of Social and Behavioral Studies. Looked like she was about to come clean the daddy, would have certainly cleaned up Professor Plum. That's why he killed her.
Now see here. Here.
Oh, and poor Mrs. Peacock. I have reports here that your Bible stash bribery. Guess your old cook couldn't keep her mouth shut. If she hadn't spilled body or secrets, maybe she would have still been alive today. Oh my, Colonel, these negatives. It's like you've had a bit of classified affairs yourself. Guess you wouldn't be able to keep your important military title if your driver, the unfortunate motorist who drove by this house on accident today, hadn't told your Major General where he drove you every Tuesday night.
I just wanted somebody to talk to.
Talk, huh? That's a democratic way to put it.
I'm a Republican.
And Miss White, you weren't lying. You really did hate Yvette. In here is a container containing all the evidence from all your fingerprints from your previous 3 murders.
I never killed my husbands.
Fingerprints I'm sure the FBI will be able to match with the noose tied around Yvette's neck.
I wore gloves.
And these?
Damn.
Last but not least, Mr. Bobby Body.
It's Robert.
I hold in my hand an FBI file on the whole Big Body family. Your butler, Wadsworth, has been feeding us information for once. I can see why you killed him. You shot him in the study, but he wisely played dead. Awfully good actor, had us all convinced. But when we were racing from the kitchen with the cook's corpse, you found your sneaky butler trying to make an escape by the bathroom, so you bludgeoned him to death with the lead pipe that I had dropped while running to the kitchen.
That was awfully convenient.
The Body family has been wanted for organized crime, fraud, and murder for generations, and they've eluded the law. Until now, tonight, the Big Body family has come to a dead end.
You keep my family out of this. I'm hit. I'm slain. I'm food for worms. I'm dying. No, not yet. Almost there. 30 seconds or more. Oh no, I'm dying. Not yet. Almost there. About 10 seconds or so. Not yet. Now.
He's dead?
No, not really. Almost. Death.
I tell you, this is the most fun I've had in a long time. And now, you're all under arrest. Agents? You're the criminals you've been looking for, and here's some evidence you can use against them. Oh, and there are some tapes in the billiard room we might find useful.
He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it.
He did.
It was.
And now, I'm gonna have a nice dinner of barbecue.
우리도 이제 가야 되고. 가대.
나는 까먹었는데 잘 살렸어. 잘 살렸어.
Wait, do we go to
We did it, but in a very bad way.
Oh, ow.